Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clay at Home in our dining room. So today we're going to show you how to make a pinch pot using a ball of clay. So this is going to turn into that. Well, for the most part. And this one might be a little bit smaller because it was a little less clay in the beginning. This pinch pot method is perfect for making a bowl. It's perfect for making so many different kinds of things that you can use with clay. But for you guys, we had talked about making some planters. So we're going to use the planters to make and add the famous head parts to it. So let's talk about this. Here we go. Using your clay, we're going to start with a ball of clay. All right, so because this is going to be a major part of our piece, we probably want a decent amount of clay. I would say most or all of your snowman. And I'm not too worried about how gorgeous this is because it's going to be pinched and moved it all over. All right, so your first step is you're going to take your thumb and you're going to put it into the clay. And because we're making a planter, it's okay if we push our thumb straight into the clay and it ends up going onto the table, like flattening the ball. If you were making something else that you didn't want it flat, you would move out of my way, Aaron. There you go. You would keep it in your hand and put your thumb into it. That way you can keep it round. But I'm not worried, so I'm just going to push it in. Now I'm going to keep my thumb in here. You guys keep your thumb. But look, this is how small the opening is. But I'm going to keep my thumb in here. And I'm going to start pinching by using multiple fingers together. Okay, I'm not bending them. The fingers are going to stay pretty straight. And I'm going to squeeze against my thumb. I'm going to squeeze against the thumb. And I'm going to turn it as I go around. I'm going to focus and make sure that I'm not squeezing just the top part up here, but I'm reaching all the way down and going around. As you're doing this, remember, every time we work with our clay, we're pulling some moisture out of our clay. So anytime we pull moisture out of the clay, we're going to go back in and add some water. So there's where I am right now. But there's major cracks up here towards the top. Major cracks that I really want this stuff to go away. So I'm going to add some water to it. I don't want to get muddy. I don't want it to get that point in time to where my hands are just coated, because then I find it doesn't work that well. But I'm going to add some water to it. Now, all of my sides should be pretty evenly thick, but you can tell this one's thin and this one over here is a little bit thicker. And I need to fix this, but I don't want to overly pinch it or get too thin. If you have to, for some reason, restart, it is no worries. I would recommend, if you're restarting, add some water to it. So when you shape it back into a ball, it's getting nice and soft again. Here's another thing. Put your hands inside of it. Put it 2 or 3 fingers inside. And push it against the table as you roll it. As you turn it, I'm pushing it against the table, not crazy hard. And it's helping me to grow my pinch pot even bigger. A turtle shell. It'd be great for a turtle shell.
An upside down turtle, if you're thinking of killing the poor turtle or something.
But you're not going to, so no. A turtle would be great. A hamburger bun, I think we've used that with a little bowl that we talked about. The planter that we're making. I'm trying to think if there's some other stuff. A little earring holder, a pencil holder for your classroom, things like that, all kinds of fun stuff. So here's my pinch pot, and it's pretty good.
Got major cracks.
Ella's got some cracks at her, so she's working on it. I think I want mine just a little bit flatter, so I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put my hands in it, and I'm going to push it against the table. And I'm spending a lot of time on this, just trying to create this pinch pot. But I really want to make sure it looks pretty nice. I want to make sure it holds up, holds its strength, because for the famous head project we've talked about, we're going to be adding stuff onto the sides of this. We're going to be adding eyes and nose. You might be adding a mouth. You might need some big ears if you're going to do Yoda, that kind of design. So here it is. Okay. Now, there's more stuff that we can do with this, and there's more things that we can do that would create some type of texture on it. You can create a texture with this. If you notice, we haven't used a comb or anything for this. But if I was going to say, let's say, make Groot, for example. Groot is a tree. So I would use this, and I would kind of comb in some wavy texture like I'm working with tree trunk, tree bark. I could even take leaves from outside, bring them in here, and push it against it to get the leaf texture to this and have some type of design to it. It can be super smooth if you don't want any texture, but there's just a texture idea using a comb that we already have for you. So here is my pinch pot. This is what I need for the next step in the project. I still have clay left over. All right, Ella has quite a bit more clay. So Ella's pinch pot and mine, here's how they look. And then the amount of clay that I have, this is about how much clay Ella has left. And then I made my pinch pot much larger, so I have about a little bit more than this. I used some for another project. But that's about how much clay I have left. Clay will go quite a ways.
See, you can make a little ear.
Yeah, you can add an ear to it. Pigs are easy. All kinds of great and easy stuff that you can add to this. I am going to leave this video here with the basics of a pinch pot. If I were completely done with it, then I would follow the method of flipping it over, putting my name, putting my initials on it and my grade on it so that I know, your teacher knows where it comes from. But this is where we're going to stop this one. Practice a pinch pot. Practice working with this. And then I'm going to create another video for you guys showing you how to add some facial pieces to your pinch pot. All right. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today and watching our video. And we'll be back to show you more next time.
Bye.
Bye.